Hello, hello, hello. So today we're in the garage because it's a little cold outside, and we're going to be making some seed starter mix. Well, I tell the story. I brought seed starter mix. Don't beat me up too bad. I've been very busy and I really don't have time to sift through my compost to get out any hard chunks and things in order to make a good seed start. So I brought some seed starter soil, and we're going to moisten it in this bucket, and I'm going to add some mosquito bits because the store-bought mix sometimes has gnats eggs in it, and because they're going to be growing inside the house, I don't want to have gnats in my house this season. So this putting a little bit of this in your soil will prevent the egg larvae from growing, making babies. So, and then I have this, actually has a little crack in it, so it'll let any extra moisture out. And I have my water here. I have some seed starting potting soil. So, I did get some other potting soil as well that I'll also use because that may not be enough for my, for all my trays. And I did go out and purchase this tray. You can get this from any of the box stores. One moment. This is what I'm using for my seed starter. I got a kit. It's really just the tray. So it has the trays, the little trays, the disposable ones that you can get at the nurseries. You know how you buy your starts at the nurseries? That's what they come in. And then this is a tray with no holes in it that'll hold the water in. So last year I was using a lot of dollar store containers, and I was using my these are what I usually use from the dollar store, and then I put them in little plastic containers and put them under my grow lights. But now I'm gonna do that this year. This year, that's a no-no. We're gonna try these and see if that works. I also got another one. Let me show you. Here. So these I'm gonna start my flowers and my, because they're smaller holes. So I'm gonna start my flowers and my herbs in these. And it has a little top, so it has the greenhouse effect. That I'll be able to put that on top of it and help maintain the moisture levels inside of the trays. So it'll be like a whole little greenhouse inside the trays. So that's what I'm using for my herbs. And these are gonna be for my bigger ones, like my peppers and things like that are gonna go in that bigger one. Because if I put them in there, I'll have to transplant them pretty soon, shortly after they start growing. Because they'll get real leggy and it'll look weird. So you want to put them in a different thing and adjust the lighting and all that good stuff. So just put them in the big one, and you don't have to worry about repotting it. You just put it straight into take it outside, take it out the container and put it right into your soil. So I know these are really flimsy, so they shouldn't last more than one season. But if you, I'm thinking that I would be able to use my other trays in here. So the little circle ones, these, I'll be able to fit them in this tray. I really wanted it for the tray. And if you're a beginner gardener, it also has like a little calendar on here. So it's a large pot seed starter back here. Large pot seed starter. I don't know if it's in, it might be backwards, but it's a large pot seed starter. It gives you some, it says it's a reusable tray and inserts. Trust me, these little flimsy things are not going to be, once you crack them up to try and get your seedlings out, your starts out, they're not going to last too long. But I have a ton of them from the nursery, so that are thicker than this, so they may fit in there. So it actually gives you instructions on what to do. Mix up your potting soil, prepare the trays, add the seeds, germination, remove seedlings, transplant. So it gives you everything that you need, and they tell you that you have a complete solution. They give you all kind of options. So if you're a beginner, best advice I have is just start. It doesn't matter where you start, how good you are. Some soil, seed, water. All you need, soil, seed, water. All right, so let's get started on mixing it up. And the light you see over here is actually my grow light. I have that, I'm not using it as backlighting. I have that light because I have my outside plants that need to come inside. I have them under the light. So they get light pretty much 12 hours a day. And I have to water my plants over there, and I'll do that after I'm done with this, since I'm out here with the water. So if you look at this soil mix, it already has perlite in it, which makes sure that it doesn't clump up and that it gets aeration to the soil, because soil roots need air as well. So you don't want it compacted. You want to make sure that it has a lot of room for your roots to grow. So I'm gonna pretty much fill this bowl up. And the reason I put it in a bowl first is because I like to add my water into it and use a soil. All right, sorry about that. So I did add my mosquito bits in there, and so that will keep the bugs to a minimum. And I'm just gonna mix the mosquito bits in before I add the water. The water actually activates the mosquito bits. So, and if you have never used mosquito bit, it is wonderful. Put it in your indoor plants when you repot them. If you ever have gnats in the house, you get them before they become babies. If you already have gnats in your home, cover your soil with sand or something, a coarse topping, and that will stop the gnats from laying eggs, and so you won't have that. So I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit, and I'm not wearing garden gloves because I normally do this with my bare hands, but I didn't feel like going outside. And see, you don't want big chunks like this in your soil, which is why I like to sift my soil. But I just don't have the time to really go through and sift my soil. And I'm really disappointed that the Seed Start Mix has these big old bits of wood in them. So as I see them, I'll pull them out. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get this brand again. It really is not really saving me much time. And I can legit make some with some peat moss and compost. Is what pretty much what this is. It's soil and peat moss, and then some perlite in it. So, and what I'm looking for is a consistency that's like not drenching wet, but that makes this kind of ball. So I think I have enough water in there. I just need to mix it up so that it gets all the pieces, because we don't want it too wet. And we don't want it too dry, so we need it just right. I want to just be able to make a ball, and it holds the form, right? So I'm gonna do another test form, and that looks about good for me. And so I'm just gonna pack it in to my boxes, and I cover my table with this so that I don't waste any soil. And if I get too much, of course, I will move it in so I don't have enough in some of these. So go back and backfill them. So I'm not pushing too hard. I just want it in there good. So I'm not pushing, like packing it in, because you really want to leave some air in there. So I'm not going to pack it too tight, because then you'll have it impacted, and the roots won't be able to grow through, and so you'll be in a different type of situation. We want to have the perfect medium, and at the bottom it was too dry. I didn't do a good job mixing. So, all right, so I got a couple of them full. I got 9 of them full. And I like the tray because then I can bottom water. So I want to encourage my roots to go down. So bottom watering makes the roots search out the water, and so they'll grow down towards the water. And that's really why I want these trays, because this tray will really do a great job of holding the water and moisture in. All right, so I gotta make some more soil, and we'll be able to start the seeds. All right, so I'm ready to start my planting, to put in the seeds. I have my popsicle sticks, which I use to write what I planted, what's in each cell, and then sometimes I break them off, but I have enough. I won't have a lid on this, so it'll be enough space for the popsicle sticks. Now, in my other thing, it's really tiny spaces. This one is really tiny spaces. So this one I'm going to have to get either smaller popsicle sticks or the little white little things that you can use to write on. I mean, you can buy them online, or they have them at the dollar store, so you can get those as well. But I'll probably just get smaller popsicle sticks and write what they are on them and break them in half, so that they'll sit right in the front and not disturb the seed while it's growing. So we have peppers. I don't know what kind of peppers. It just says peppers on there. Good to know the labeling. And then I have bell peppers, so I do know what kind of pepper this is. And then we're gonna do, so the miscellaneous herbs I'm gonna put into, I have it labeled miscellaneous herbs. I'm gonna put that into the those other cells. I have tomatoes, so I'm gonna have different variety of tomatoes. We have my brassicas. I'm gonna put those in these kind of cells. I have my spinaches, lavender. Interestingly enough, I did not say that right. Anyway, I'm going to way to plant these is I'm gonna put them in a paper towel. I'm gonna get a wet, damp paper towel. I'm gonna sprinkle the seeds in there. I'm gonna put them in the refrigerator for probably about a week or two, and then I'll plant that in the I'll probably put it in a plastic baggie after that and put it underneath the grow light to see if I have any successful seeds. Then, I feel like y'all can't see me. And then I will then go ahead and plant them once I have some roots growing in the seeds. And paper towel is a good conduit to help the seeds grow when you're wanting to do it like in a plastic baggie. I've done this technique with some garlic and things like that to get the roots going, and it's been really successful. So I'm gonna try it with the lavender, because I have not been successful with growing lavender, and I really want to have a couple of lavender bushes without having to buy them. So let's try it. Wish me luck with that. And then I have some other roots here, some other vegetables here, some lettuce. These are my lettuce and arugula. So I'm gonna put them in, I probably could start them because they start out really small. I could start them in the seedling, but we'll see how much space we have, and that's gonna be planted last. So I'll make sure I have enough space in there, or I'll put them in my other seedling tray, which I'm not gonna do tonight. I'm not doing my seedling tray tonight. The small seedling tray. All right, so I'm gonna start with let's start with tomatoes, because I wanna have plenty of tomatoes this season. So let's get this pen together. All right. So this is a black creme. It's actually what you call it? A cherry tomato. I didn't know that when I brought it. I don't want to grow any cherry tomatoes this season, so I'm not going to do those. Then I have let's see what we have here. I have my San Marzanos. They did really well last year, so I'm going to grow them again this year. Now, I only use these sticks indoors. I did them outside last year, and they all smeared together. I didn't know whenever they started growing what brand was what variety was what, so I didn't do that. I'm not doing that this year. And I'm going to plant 3 trays of the San Marzanos. And you can I use the back of the pen. Sometimes I have my little thing, or use your finger and make a little hole into it. Now it doesn't need to be too deep. This actually has instructions on here. It says 1/4 deep. So 1/4, if you're into measuring and you're really technical, you can measure. I do just the tip of my finger into the soil. And that usually is deep enough for the San Marzano. So you don't want to be too deep, because too deep it'll take a long time for it to sprout, if it sprouts at all. So I always do 2 to 3 seeds per hole. That way, if you have some that don't germinate, you're still good. You still get a tomato. If I have 3, and these germinated really well last year, but this is year 2 for the same seeds. I didn't order new seeds. So I'm gonna plant 3 and hope that I get at least 1. If not, if you get more, you can separate them as they grow. You can separate the seedlings if you want to keep them, or you can snip some of the tops off and it'll stop them from growing. All right. Now try to be careful not to get seeds in other pots, because then you end up with mystery seeds and you don't know what you got. All right, so once you put your seeds in, you can cover it up lightly with your finger. And I had 1 seed left. I probably could have put that in a pot, but let's save our seed. All right, the next tomato is going to be my Amish paste. So let's get that one in. I'm gonna put my little holes in again. There we go. Now some seeds you may see the instructions that says surface sow. Even if it says surface sow, for me, I still cover it lightly, very lightly with soil, so that it doesn't get blown away. Because sometimes in the house, I'll put the fan on to have circulation, and then it'll be blown everywhere. Or outside, even if you put it outside and it says surface sow and you just throw the seeds out there, they could be blowing anyway. You don't know where your seed's gonna be. And then you got things popping up where you didn't intend for them to pop up. Because nature gonna nature, baby. And I didn't label that, so let's label it, because, you know, it'd be mystery again. Remember, we had that mystery tomato last year. If you look at my press video, and it never matured. I never knew what kind of tomato I had. We never got it. So, this is the Amish paste. And Amish paste is supposed to have less water, so you can can those a little better. And I don't expect anybody to be able to read my handwriting but me. I know what that says. So, yeah. And when I'm done with my seeds, I put them over in the next tray so that I don't replant them. Even though I probably could look at the thing, I just like to stay a little organized when it comes to my gardening. All right, and then this is my Black Prince tomato. I didn't get any Black Prince, and I do not, for the life of me, know why. But we're gonna try it again this year. So I had a Black Beauty. I don't think that was, oh, that was my eggplant. That's what I had, the Black Beauty eggplant last year. So it looks like this tray is gonna be full of tomatoes. So I think I'm gonna stop with the Black Prince, because I got my Amish paste, I got my San Marzano, and I got my Black Prince. So I think I'm gonna stop with the Black Prince with the tomatoes. Because, well, I did not make my dent. There's no place to go. So the magic recipe for gardening is soil, water, and seed. And we put a little bit more than 3 in there, but that's okay. It'll grow. All right, now I'm losing seeds. All right, that's 1, 2, and 3. And a lot of times when I have extra seeds, seedlings that sprout, I share with my neighbors. There's a seed swap locally that I used to go to, and I'll probably try and find them again. And I'll just take my tomato seeds there and donate them. So I have those because I don't like to waste food. And I have some Homestead tomato. I have Cherokee, but I'm not going to plant any of those, not my Romas. I'm not doing any of those this year. So, well, at least not right now. I'm not going to plant seedlings. I may decide to put them in the ground, but that's for another day. And then what else did I say? So we want peppers. So I really want to do my bell pepper because I like to use those. So I want to have, I'm only going to do one line, so 3 trays of the bell peppers. And again, I do 3 seeds per tray. 1, 2, 3. All right. 2, 3, and I'll just put all the rest of those in there. Again, if we get more, I'm going to separate them. I definitely will separate these and plant them because I'm just going to have a section of peppers. I'm going to have a section of tomatoes. I'm going to change the section where I rotate my crops. So I'm not going to have tomatoes where I had them this year. So tomatoes are going to move to the long side. And then I'm going to put my peppers over there as well. And then, because I grew my peppers and tomatoes together last year and they did great together. So I'm going to keep that going. And I'll find spaces for things. Did I not? That's why I be having mystery stuff. I did not put bell peppers in that slot. All right, so I got my bell pepper right there. All right. And then let's see what we have here. These miscellaneous herbs. I thought I had other peppers. I'm gonna hold off on doing my other peppers. And these are my herbs. What else was there? Where's my brassicas? Did not do okay, here's my brassicas. So I wanna do some broccoli. This is the purple sprouting broccoli that I want to grow this year. So this will be my first year growing this broccoli. This is my first year growing broccoli, period. I've tried several times. I wasn't successful, so purple broccoli. So let's hope we get some broccoli this year. Because my family does eat a lot of broccoli. So I am going to do 3 trays again with multiple. And this one doesn't come with any instructions. I get my seeds sometimes. Oh, it does. I told a lie. So it says sow 2 to 3 seeds per plant for 1/2 inch deep. Put them in full sun. So let's get that open. Now, you see those seeds are really tiny, if you can see. So I lose a couple of them. And so I'm just going to sprinkle them into the hole. I know, and they blend in with the soil, so I just try to make sure I get 3 in there. But it's way more than 3 in each one. And again, I'm going to cover that up. So sounds like the wind blowing out there. All right, and then I have some kale. So I have the dinosaur kale, which is pretty good. I don't know if I want to put kale here because I want to grow some, I got a lettuce in here, mislabeled. I want to grow some cabbage because I actually brought cabbage this year and I have mustard seeds. I'm going to just plant my mustards out in the garden. I don't think I'm going to do starts this year. And I have some other broccolis that are, I have a ton of broccolis. I think I'm going to direct sow some broccolis as well. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot of starts with broccoli. So I have amaranth cabbage. And then I have the early cabbage. So I'm going to plant this, and I got this from Seed Geeks last year as well. Is this last year? It usually has a date on here. Tested, packed for 23. So actually it's a couple years ago. So we'll see if the seeds are still viable. I'll plant a little more than 3 seeds this time. So it gets, it produces 2 to 4 pound cabbages. And it takes 60 days. So it says 4 to 5 weeks before transplanting. So I do like to sometimes read the instructions because gardening isn't, different plant needs has different requirements. And I pretty much trust the packaging most of the times on what it tells me to do. And then I watch nature. So this is an early Jersey cabbage. All right, and this will be the last thing we plant in here because, oh, did it say how deep to plant it? Again, 1/4. So, I'm gonna put 1/4 in, 1/4 in, 1/4 in. All right. And I'll show you what those seeds look like. If I can get this packaging. Okay, here we go. So these seeds are really tiny too. So they look like, most brassica seeds look the same. So I'm just gonna dump that handful in, a couple there and a couple there. And let's pray we get some cabbage. And I know I did a label. Where did I put my label at? All right, people. Up there it is. Okay, I see it. All right, so I covered that up. So all my seedlings are all covered. All my seeds are covered up. I have my sticks in them, my labels, and I'm going to plant other things, but this is just to get me started. And so we have our tray. It's completely full. Let me watch my step. So I have my tray. It's completely full. You can see all of the labels I have there. And I told you I was gonna show you my plants. Here they are. They need water, so I'm gonna water them. But this is basically how they're going to be until spring, till the weather warms up. All right, so let's get some water in here. All right. I hope I don't lose that because it's not stable. Where I've just put you guys is not stable. So I'm just gonna lift this up a little bit and pour some water into the thing. I don't want a lot of water. I just want the bottom of the soil to just be moist a little bit. Because we moistened the soil before we started. So you don't need a lot of water in there. Let me just make sure it's getting down to this thing. Okay. So make sure there was enough water to cover the whole bottom. And then that's it. That's pretty much what you do to get started for the spring. It's a lot of planning that goes involved into gardening, especially when you want to be organized. So I plan out my garden and then I start my seedlings indoors. I know a lot of people don't start their seedlings this early in the season, but I start in January. I start my spring garden in January because Texas has an early spring. So you can go out, the ground defrosts a lot sooner than a lot of parts of the world or the country. So I get started early. All right. So if you have any questions about homesteading, gardening, or real estate, give me a call. I am Danetta, where dreams take root. Thanks for watching.